Kevin Townsend is determined to show Lewis Barton that he genuinely wants to be part of his life in next week's Emmerdale, and he has a major surprise planned. Following the recent ordeal that led to Lewis being kidnapped after Kevin's theft, the former criminal has been doing everything he can to make things right. The big question is whether Lewis will appreciate Kevin's latest effort, or whether the chance to build a father-son relationship has already slipped away. A newly released preview clip offers fans an early glimpse of the upcoming scenes on the ITV soap. Kevin arrived back in the village earlier this summer, appearing eager to leave his criminal past behind by launching his cake van, A Slice of Kevin. However, his fresh start quickly fell apart when it emerged that he had stolen a valuable diamond. Even with Lewis's life in danger, Kevin hesitated to hand the jewel back to his ex, Kylie. Ross Barton eventually knocked Kevin unconscious and rescued his half-brother. Afterwards, Kevin revealed to Lewis that he was his biological father, but Lewis rejected any idea of forming a family bond. Despite the rejection, Kevin refuses to walk away from his son. In the coming episodes, he makes a dramatic personal change in the hope of winning Lewis's trust. Even so, his new attitude has its limits, as he continues trying to irritate Nicola King. In a spoiler clip from Wednesday's episode, Nicola is furious to discover Kevin parking his cake van directly outside her café. As she jokes about burning the van down, Lewis returns after spending time with his parents, interrupting her thoughts. Lewis's catch-up with Nicola and her partner Vinnie Dingle is soon cut short when Kevin calls him over to the van. Stepping out from behind the counter, Kevin proudly reveals a newly installed sign that reads, "Barton's Cake Tin." When Kevin asks for his opinion, Lewis is left puzzled and immediately tells him to change it back because Barton is not his surname. Kevin then explains that it is now, revealing he has legally changed his name to Kevin Barton by deed poll. Lewis reminds Kevin that he had already asked to be left alone before walking away in frustration. However, later in the week, the pair share an emotional conversation about the real reason behind Kevin's decision to change his name, and Lewis eventually invites him out for a drink. The touching moment raises hopes that the father and son could finally be heading towards a fresh start. However, with a café robbery looming, Kevin's determination to become the dad Lewis needs may soon face another serious challenge. Dr. Todd first appeared in Emmerdale last year during a storyline focusing on Jacob Sugden's first placement at an NHS hospital. She returned earlier this year as part of the soap's workplace bullying storyline. During their time working together, Dr. Todd made Jacob's professional life unbearable. In April, she assisted Charity Dingle as she gave birth to baby Layla, before discovering the child was not actually Sarah Sugden and Jacob's daughter. The storyline took an even darker turn a few weeks ago, when Dr. Todd raped Charity. In Thursday's episode, Mackenzie Boyd confronted her over the attack, but she left the encounter completely unfazed, convinced there was little chance she would ever face justice. Viewers then witnessed a dramatic flash-forward showing Dr. Todd lying dead in a pool of blood, confirming that she will be murdered in upcoming episodes. The mystery now is simple: who is responsible? Here are the leading suspects. Mackenzie made his feelings crystal clear by warning Dr. Todd that if she ever went near Charity again, he would bury her. His anger was impossible to ignore, but could he actually carry out such a deadly threat? While his confrontation puts him high on the suspect list, his obvious motive could also make him an unlikely killer if the writers are planning a surprise. Charity is pressing ahead with the police investigation, but her confidence that Dr. Todd will be convicted is fading. The lack of strong evidence, the decision to treat the blackmail separately, and the police referring to the attack as sexual assault rather than rape, have all left her feeling hopeless. If the legal system lets her down, could Charity decide to take matters into her own hands? Earlier this year, Jacob attempted to report Dr. Todd to Human Resources after enduring months of bullying. Instead, he discovered she had already filed a false complaint against him, backed up by fabricated evidence suggesting he had become obsessed with her. Feeling powerless, Jacob eventually backed away from the situation and avoided her after she left the hospital and began spending more time in the village. Should he learn what happened to Charity, he may decide to seek revenge for both of them. Sarah appears to be a less likely suspect, but there remains the possibility that she could cause Dr. Todd's death by accident during a heated confrontation. After everything Dr. Todd has done to those closest to Sarah, learning the truth about Charity's ordeal and the blackmail could push her over the edge. Vanessa remains completely unaware of Dr. Todd's true nature. When Jacob was being bullied, Vanessa believed Dr. Todd's version of events and even suggested Jacob's late mother, Layla, would be ashamed of his behavior. Once the truth finally comes out, Vanessa will also discover what happened to Charity. Although violence would be completely out of character for the village vet, overwhelming feelings of betrayal and guilt could drive her to make a tragic mistake. Ross has already decided to keep his distance from baby Layla, but discovering that Dr. Todd raped Charity while also using the family's secret against her could change everything. At the same time, Mackenzie's friendship with Ross is expected to fall apart now that the truth about Layla has emerged. With Dr. Todd's actions turning his world upside down, Ross could decide to make her pay the ultimate price. Charity is still holding on to Cain Dingle's St. Christopher necklace instead of returning it. Their agreement was that she would hand it back whenever she found herself in serious trouble, knowing Cain would always stand beside her. If Charity finally tells Cain everything, he may confront Dr. Todd in a fit of rage. Ryan Stocks was left heartbroken after asking Charity why she had become so distant. His devastation grew when Charity bitterly replied that the problem was simply that he had been born. The assault has forced Charity to relive memories of the abuse she suffered from D.I. Bales, who is also Ryan's biological father. If Ryan learns the full truth, he may feel compelled to take revenge on his mother's behalf. Like Cain, Chaz Dingle has always fiercely defended those she loves. Unlike her brother, however, Chaz tends to think through the consequences of her actions, making a calculated murder seem less believable. Even so, there remains a chance that an emotional confrontation could accidentally end with Dr. Todd losing her life. New arrival, Serena Sugden, has so far presented herself as compassionate and supportive, particularly towards Charity, while also building positive relationships across the village. However, viewers know appearances can be deceptive. The last new Sugden to arrive was John, whose secret habit of putting people in danger before rescuing them revealed a much darker personality. Serena has already admitted she knew John, raising questions about whether she could be hiding troubling secrets of her own. Noah Dingle has barely featured in recent episodes, but the flash-forward confirms Dr. Todd's death is still some time away. That leaves plenty of room for events to unfold before the murder takes place. If Noah discovers what Charity has suffered, he could be pushed into taking drastic action. Given his troubled past, including his criminal conviction for stalking and harassing Chloe Harris, viewers know he has a darker side. Emmerdale airs on ITV1 every weeknight at 8 p.m. Episodes are also available to stream from 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube.